it's on. It's going to come on. I think it's on, but they may not be watching right now. What are you guys doing? Why are you standing there looking at me? You're waiting for him? Where are you going? You're going home? We're going to go out. You know the homeless kids down there by the bridge?
Today?
Yep. You want to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to go because I got a little money.
Because we don't...
Hey, I bought something. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I might do it tonight. You know the lumpia wrappers?
Lumpia wrappers?
Yeah.
Circle?
That you make, yeah.
Yeah.
You make lumpia?
Yeah.
Well, I bought something called cream cheese, but you don't know what that is. But you can put cream cheese on crackers because we're going to have our dinner Sunday. But I'm going to put I think I'm going to make two ways. Have you ever heard of cheesecake?
Fried?
Have you ever heard of cheesecake?
Yes.
Well, I think I'm going to make a cheesecake, but you're supposed to bake that, so I don't know if this is going to work. But I'm going to put a cheesecake in the lumpia, and I have a can of cherries. It's for pie filling, but you can also put it on top. You know how cheesecakes have that fruit top? So I'm going to put the cheesecake or the cream cheese, either one. I'm going to try it both ways. And then I'm going to put cherry topping in the lumpia, and then roll it up,
Yes.
and then fry it. And it's going to be cheesecake lumpia. That might be good, right?
Yeah.
Dessert? Well, now, if that does work, and then see how you can be creative? You never thought of that, did you? It may not work, but I think it's going to taste good. And you could also make like apple pie lumpia. Well, let's find something we can make like that, and let's sell it. We can't afford to rent some cafe thing because that doesn't work. It's too much money. But there's got to be some way that the people around here can make money. We've got to, and that's where you got to put your mind on. You got to put your mind on, how can I make some money? But you're going to college, and that's good. But I'm just telling you, we could also make pizzas up here, but we need a motorcycle to deliver. I thought about delivering pizza and chicken.
Yes.
But we got way too many people around here that don't have a job. We've got to figure out how to work.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, did they run away because I got the video on? Well, I can just talk to you. So we're talking to Joshua, and are you gonna talk Sunday in the Simba in the church?
Yes.
You're gonna talk. You're a disciple. Did you know that?
Yes.
Do you know what disciple means? The word. Do you know where the word? And Joshua has some English. I don't know how much, but some. Do you know what disciple means?
Yes.
Well, the word comes from the word discipline. You ever think about that? Did you think about that? Discipline, disciple. It means a disciplined life. Not out of control, order,
Yes.
and self-control. Self-control.
And also have a direction.
And, well, yes, a direct, very good. Direction. And not just bouncing around, you know what I mean? Just flopping around like a fish. Have you seen the fish out of the water, and you know you got the fish, and it's just plopping around all over the place?
Yes.
Well, we want to be sharks. We don't want to be fish. We want to be predators. We want to be hunters. We don't want to just flop around on the pier. When they catch us, we eat them alive. When they reel us in with the thing, well, we just come up and we just eat them because we're ninja super warriors, right? You want to be champions, right? So what are you going to talk about Sunday?
It's all about the creation.
You're going to talk about the creation in the book of Genesis.
Yes.
And I was talking to you earlier, and that's why we turned this on. And what did you say about? Well, I asked you, well, why do you like that?
I like
And
that.
then you're going to tell us why.
I like because we know that how God created the world beautiful when He created, but now look the surrounding.
So the world was beautiful.
Yes.
You know, it was, and I hadn't even thought of that. I thought about that a long time ago, but I haven't thought about that in a long time. See, there was no pollution. Well, I mean, the very original is very clean, you know, and the water's pure, and that's quite a thought there, really. So in the world to come, I don't know what the world to come is going to be like exactly, you know, there's a whole lot of things about that, but I think it's a real place. You could also talk about that. You could add that. There you go. Talk about the creation a little bit. Here's your sermon. I got it now. I'm going to help you. So you're going to talk about how the world was clean, and you know what? Sin was not in the world.
Yes.
Sin came into the world, and that made it bad. And then in the meantime, we have polluted the world. There's all kind of chemicals and, junk, and people are dropping dead of cancer and diabetic and nervous problems, and everything's, crazy. It's sin. We're polluting the world. So in the world to come, you need to look that up online, or I'll help you, and read a couple of verses about the world to come, about heaven. I'll give you the verses. So we're going to return to that.
Yes.
We're going to return to the original. It's one big cycle. It's a big cycle. And we're going to cycle back to the original. Interesting.
Yes.
Well, it's something to look forward to, right? Is that what you're trying to say? That you would have liked to have lived then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You would have liked to have lived when it's not polluted and all messed up?
Yeah.
Well, Cebu's very dirty.
Yes.
That's why I cough all the time, because of all the smoke and smog. They don't have air pollution. In the USA, they have here they have all these motors running, these old jeepneys, and they're just pumping fumes into the air.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pollution, and it's dirty and nasty and everything. And then the people aren't clean either. A lot of them, they're just leaving garbage. They don't care about clean. But I shouldn't talk because my room's always messy. I cleaned my room, by the way. I posted a picture of my room, and the people online told me that I should clean my room. So I said, okay. So I cleaned my room. Wow. Okay, well, good for you. Are you excited? You're going to talk?
And also
You need a microphone because you don't talk loud. I don't need a microphone.
yeah. And also I'm gonna say that we should appreciate the world, not destroying the world.
That's really a good thought. We should take care. Well, it's God's creation.
Yeah.
And we should also treat the animals well, I think. You see these dogs and cats out here starving to death? You ever see that? I see, oh, man. I don't post that stuff because it's just so morbid, and everything. But we really should.
Yes.
I've got 5 cats here, and they're not by choice. One cat adopted me, and then more cats came. And now I got like 5 cats that come in here, and it's driving me crazy. There's too many cats. And they're stealing my food. Somebody brings me a breakfast on a plate, and then I'm not paying attention, and then the cat's eating my breakfast. And I'm not going to eat after the cat. So they call my dinner. Well, okay. So you're going to talk, and that's good.
Yeah.
So there was another thing I was going to talk about, because I was talking to you and you brought it up, and I was asking you, why did you get in college and stuff? Because your mother doesn't have education. And we were talking about these kids out here, the parents don't have any education, and they don't direct. The children don't have encouragement or direction, and the parents aren't saving money for their school. Nobody's worried about it. So the kids are just flopping around, like we talked about the fish flopping around. And so I asked, why did you suddenly get up and have some direction? And you said, because you were out doing ministry with me, and you saw the homeless and everything.
Yes.
And you decided you didn't want to be like that.
Yeah.
You can say that again. I just said it for you, but go ahead and say it again.
When I always go with you in the ministry to feed the homeless, I got an idea.
You got an idea that you didn't want to be like that.
Yeah.
That the idea?
Yeah, I do. I do not want to be.
Well, I didn't know that till you told me. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. Because you know what? If you don't make a direction, nobody else is. Nobody's worried about Joshua. I promise you that. Only you are worried. Only you can do it. See what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do it for you. You're on your own in this world. That's the way it really is. You do have one friend, and that's God.
Yes. True friend.
And you have a friend in me. But you can't really depend on me either, because I'm a human being. You just don't know what a human being's going to do. I hope I don't do anything like that, but I'm just saying, you might leave 5,000 pesos out, go to the bathroom. I might take the 5,000 and go to the store. I probably won't, but I'm a human being. You don't know. What we'll do. We don't know what a human being's going to do. You cannot trust anybody.
That's right.
People don't want to hear that, but that's the truth.
That's
There's only one you can really trust is God. That's it. But sometimes we build up trust. The bad thing about trust is you can it takes a long time to build and you can lose it real fast. And I've done that. I've made. We want to say we want to say we've made mistakes because that's easier than saying we sinned. For some reason, we don't like to say we've sinned. But when we sin, we lose a lot of trust with other people, and then sometimes you can't get that back. It's like the people that have stolen from me here. Well, how do I trust them now? You see what I'm saying? How do I can forgive them though. But can I trust them? Not really. It takes a long time to get trust back,
Yes.
So trust is a very valuable thing. And I have been guilty of causing people to not have trust in me because of sin. You see what I'm saying? But we want to say, well, I made a mistake, because that's easier to say that. But we should forgive each other. We really should. We shouldn't, if I see you doing something that's not good somewhere, I shouldn't run around to everybody I know and say, oh, I saw, and that's what people do. And I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty of this too. We shouldn't run around telling everybody, well, I saw Joshua getting drunk down there at what's one of these places where they drink by the side of the road? It's kind of like, what are those little bars? You know what I'm saying? There's one over there on Togano Road that leads into, do you know where DSC's pharmacy is over there? Well, there's
Yeah.
where they sit out on by the tables and drink over there? But that's not really a bar. It's just, they got a bunch of tables out there, and
Street.
I wonder why people go there and buy beer, because they could just stay home and drink for a lot cheaper. I guess they want to go be around other people and drink.
Yeah.
So I could say, oh, I saw Joshua over there getting drunk, and he's not a Christian. See that? Yeah, you're a Christian. You just messed up and went and got drunk. You see what I mean? Because we're humans. That doesn't make it okay either. We want to get better. Is the whole point. You don't want to keep doing the same sins over and over and over and over again. When we do sin, we want to learn. We want to learn. And if you're with God, God will spank you. That's the word. God's going to cause some uncomfortable stuff to come into your life to make you realize, well, wait a minute, when I do this, these other things happen, and it's not good. And so I don't want that. I don't want that bad outcome, bad result. So I'm going to stop that. If you're out here stealing, sooner or later you're going to get caught. Now, you're not stealing. Did you know we've got some of the girls over here stealing? We talked to them today. And I explained to them, I don't know if they were listening or not, but you're going to go to the pre-sale. They have pre-sale for you don't have to be 18 to go to pre-sale. You can be young and go to pre-sale.
Yes.
And I'm explaining to them, hey, there's a bad outcome, or you can even get killed. They have every right to shoot you. Here they do, and I don't know about the USA, but if you get caught stealing, they can shoot you.
Yeah.
And that's just too bad, because you got caught. Now, I don't know. I really don't know. And it used to be that way in the USA, but I don't know today. I don't know. I think the family of the guy you shot can sue you for murder. I don't really know how that works. But anyway, I'm explaining to them that there's a bad outcome. So when we sin, there's a bad outcome coming our way. But we sin because we think we're getting something we want. We think we're getting fun, or we're getting money, or we're getting go around, easy way, shortcut. I am guilty of taking shortcuts because I have good intentions, but good intentions don't make it right. See what I mean? So you just have to be patient, and when we do those things, we're not trusting God. And I'm guilty of not trusting God. I'm guilty of, well, David's got to do this, and I'm going to go do it, and I'm going to make it happen. And sometimes we cut corners and we break the rules because we're trying to do something, and we just have to slow down. And every time I do that, I suffer. So we're hardheads, we're hardheads. But I'm learning. I'm getting better at learning. That's the way I've learned my whole life, that. You're way ahead of me. How old are you? You're way ahead of me at your age. Because at your age, I was out stealing and robbing and armed robbery and dealing drugs. Really. I can't even, looking back today, I can't even believe it. I really can't. Did I really do all that? I just can't believe it. Because there's no way I would do that today. But I always suffered for my actions. You see what I mean? I went to prison. I got beat up. I got shot at. All kind of stuff happened to me. Bad stuff happened to me. And bad relationships, broken heart, because I kept sinning. You see what I'm saying? And even to this day, I'm still learning, the hard way. That's how I learn. When I do something wrong and then I suffer for it, then I learn. But I guess that's why God has me here, because there's so many hardheads here and they don't listen.
Yes.
They don't listen.
Yes.
And I think that I have infinite. Do you know what the word infinite means? Infinite means unending, never ending. I have patience that has no end, because I have done worse than most of the people I've ever met. I've done far worse than they've ever thought about doing. So when they're doing bad things, I have a lot of patience. But people still have to change. If they're stealing and doing drugs, and we kick them out of here, which we've done. You've noticed that we've kicked some people out recently in the last few months. We've kicked people out. Well, they're not permanently kicked out, and we forgive them. But you have to change.
Yes, that's right.
I'm not going to take you back, because here's the problem: if you're doing drugs and selling drugs, well, then you corrupt the others. We have people coming here who are not doing drugs. I bring your stupid rear end in here, you see, and now you've got somebody in the church on drugs too.
Yeah.
So you've caused somebody else to, you're a little demon sitting there. We can't have that. So we got a zero tolerance, no tolerance for some things. You can sin and still come, but there's some things you're out. And stealing, even if the lying is really, really bad and causing damage and real hurt, you're out of here too. But what else? Drugs. And you got to go. You got to change. You got to change. Well, when we're strict with people like that, they realize that they are doing wrong. The mistake I made is I had the wrong idea about forgiveness. I just kept letting people come, hoping they're going to change. Meanwhile, they're destroying everybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to protect the ones that are, that's your job. And also when you ban somebody like that, punish them, they realize they're doing wrong. If you keep just letting them come, they don't have a conviction. Oh, well, I'm okay. David's not that worried about it, so I'll just keep doing this wrong thing. But now, if you really do something, well, at least they know. Wait a minute, this isn't okay for them. At least it might still be okay for them, but it's not okay. They know that it's not okay for us, and that helps them. I think it. In the English they call that tough love. Tough love. It means cracking down. It means being hard on people that are doing wrong. If you just keep, parents can love their children straight into hell. You see what I'm saying? You got to have discipline, and that's your problem out here with all these kids we're trying to help. There's no discipline.
Yeah.
There's no parent. The kid's not going to school. Well, where's the parent? The parent should be right there saying, "Hey, you got to go to school. Are you crazy?" And grab them by the ear or the neck and drag them down there to school. Say, "You're going to school, buddy. If you're staying in my house and eating, you're going to school. That's it." Well, they don't do it. The parents just there and, I want, drunk or drugs or whatever, just don't care. And then so the kid don't care, and now you got all these kids running around and they're not in school. I've talked too much. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I started off on one of my sermons. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you also.
And we'll look forward to you're going to be the pastor Sunday. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get you a shirt and tie. Okay, bye-bye.